Yo, 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 yo. Let me see if I am live. What up, what up, what up? Let's see if I did it right. Oh, yeah, it's there. What up, what up, what up, what up? My camera look a little off. I'm trying to fix it real quick. It's there. Let me see something here. What up? I ain't gonna be on here long. I just figured let me go live because I ain't go live in probably a week, and I want to get some watch hours. You know. And all right, enough of that. Why is my camera looking like that? How can I fix that? It look a little crazy to me. Um, I ain't gonna mess with it. Let's see. Just look a little off, but it don't make a difference. So what up? Let's see. I'm on YouTube but not StreamYard. Because I couldn't get it set up. Anyway, just some small talk. I went to work today. Got in a little while ago. Had to drive to Connecticut. My camera's a little off. There you go. Much better. I should have been able to fix this, but I'm not good with it'll be better next time. Let's see. I'll hit that button already. It'll be better next time. I'll get it together. Let's see. Nope, not that button. Yeah, I had to go to Connecticut today and came back, did a couple things, shot to the crib, made a run first and came back. But yeah, truck driving isn't, it's pretty hard, you know. It's not for everybody. I just said that to somebody, the not for everybody thing, and we was laughing about it because it is not for everybody. You got to know how to back that truck up. You got to know how to turn corners. You got to know how to keep it in a straight line. You can't play around in the beginning like on the phone. And when you are talking on the phone, it distracts you. Anything distracts you. You may reach down and grab something, something to drink, and it'll distract you. And you look up and you're like, "Whoa!" But it's not easy. It's not easy, especially backing up. My first time, I had to back up. Yeah, I struggled. Like two guys came to help me, and it was hard. They came to help me, and they. But now I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at it. It's been a couple years. You know, it all seems easy to me. I feel like driving my car is harder than driving that tractor trailer every day. You know, I feel crazy when I get in my car. Like when I'm steering and shit, I'm just like, you know, it's not easy as I thought. But I do it. Every day. I encourage everybody to get their CDL if they can. because at the end of the day, it's just something to have in your pocket. I was, saying to myself, what can I get, other than going to college or some shit, because again, college is not for everybody. And I was like, what can I get, that'll help me in the long run, and that I always could have. And I got my CDL and I had it for years. I wasn't using it, but I had it. It was something to fall back on, like a degree. You can get a job anywhere with a CDL. You got some experience, and some people, you can fake it till you make it. Look for a company that's closed down or something. See, I was working there, you know what I mean? And unless you don't, fuck nothing up, you good. You get the top company you want to start at 100, at least, maybe 80. If you're making less than that, then you don't need to be driving a truck for nobody, especially a tractor trailer. But most of the jobs pay you 100 to start. And with experience, you're going to get a little more. Every year, you're going to get raises. And before you know it, you'll be making $1.50 easy. At least 2-3 years in, you'll be making $1.50. And you may work 8 hours, you may work 12 hours, you may, find something that have you home every day. Like I work set hours, and then I'm home. I come home every day. I'm not going far. I'm pretty local, so it works out for me. I don't gotta spend a night in the truck or no shit like that, and I don't even go that far because I gotta be back at certain hours. Shout out to V Swells. I see him, and yeah, I don't gotta go far, so it works out for me, and I pretty much like it. I was in the sales business before, and it got kind of old. I did it for a long fucking time, and every month you start off at zero. You got to make your money, and I don't like working for commission. I want to know I'm getting a check. I did just these hours for you, pay me my fucking money, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to get paid, so that's how that work. You know. But I encourage everybody to get their CDLs. A lot of tests, a lot of different stuff, and it's not easy. But you do the right stuff and you know, go to school and shit, and you can get it. But anyway, skip that subject. Um, Travel space. It's a little crazy right now. Everybody going back and forth. A lot of people taking trips. Hopefully, we see some good content out of it coming out soon. A lot of people going to Thailand, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Sosua, Medellin, Cartagena, Brazil. I'm trying to think where everybody else at. A lot of people scheduled to go to Africa. People want to see what Africa hitting like, and I'm one of them. I'm gonna visit Africa and check it out. Um, I haven't been to Colombia yet. I want to go to Colombia. I was supposed to go, but I had to put it on the back burner for a minute. My next trip, I don't know where it's gonna be as of yet, but I'm gonna schedule one. I'm gonna work on it in the next month and try to book something so I can get out. I need a little break, little vacation. Maybe a vacation. You never know. But I'm gonna schedule something so I can get away and have some fun. Ain't nothing like a little vacation. You go out there, you just the air, the plane ride, getting off the plane, the interactions, the water. To sit there and look at the water and just be peaceful. At the end of the day, you don't have to. A lot of people go to the beach, like in DR. They go to DR. They don't get in the water. I get in the water every once in a while, and it's how can I say it? It's what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, get in the water if you could, out there. It's what up, conceited? You get in the water, it's it just take your mind away from shit. You go on vacay, especially when I go to the zoo, I don't try to answer my phone, my home phone, or not my home phone, but my phones that I have here. I always get a DR number. Certain people get it because I'm on vacay and I like to vacay. I don't want to, think about home and shit. So I try to be on vacay and don't answer the phone and tell everybody you going so you don't have to do it. But, just have you some motherfucking fun. If nobody traveling right now, get out there and travel. Have you some fun. You need it. You know, everybody need a little vacation. K9 in the building. But yeah, I couldn't get on StreamYard. I don't know what happened, but I gotta figure something out. I tried. I think I was doing something wrong or something, or I think I could have got on with my phone, but I didn't want to use my phone. I wanted to use my office computer. It's just more convenient, and I got to figure it out. I should have had more time. That's what I needed, more time to mess around with it and figure it out. It's only my second time going live, so I didn't have time to play around with it. But I'm getting there. That's why I did this live just to figure out some buttons and mess with stuff and just to get a little experience. I ain't gonna be on here long, and I just want to learn how to use. You said, yeah, oh yeah, you took it back. Oh, I see you. But I want to learn, you know, how to, learn the buttons and shit like that and get everything together. But you know, in due time, everybody got to crawl before they can walk. But shout out to everybody going away. Hopefully this content come, we can see some stuff, and hopefully everybody have a good trip and do a lot of fun stuff. I'm gonna be waiting to see what go on. Especially what up, Carter. I'm gonna be waiting to see what go on in Medellin, Cartagena. Uh, I've seen footage from Punta Cana already. Um, Santo Domingo a little crazy right now because of that club. Shout out to everybody that made it out of there. RIP to the people that passed away. And I feel like I need a little like weekend suit trip. You know what I mean? Just a little 3, 4 days. That 3, 4 days is. A lot of people say, I got to go down there for 7, 10 days. Nah, you take a little weekend trip down there, get there like Thursday, leave out on Sunday. You hit the ground running. You're gonna have fun. You don't have to be there for all those days. You start getting bored. Me, after like 3 or 4 days, I get kind of bored. After 3, 4 days, I'm just starting to, just be like, why I booked this trip for 7 days. But my fourth day, it's like, all right, I had enough. First day usually quieting, having fun, eating, drinking. After 2, 3 days, you done hit your targets. Everything you wanted to do. By that fourth day, it's time to go. I don't think everybody should take those month trips and 2 weeks and 3 weeks. Break it up a little. You take a month trip. You only gonna take what, one? I mean, I don't even know who got a month to be on vacation, to be away from all a personal shit at home. Like a month, that's a long time. Like you telling the job, like, I see y'all next month. They gonna look at you like, what? I don't even know how you can accumulate that much time. If I mean, of course you're gonna have a month that you work all year, but I mean, break that up. A month you could take, a week at a time here and there, and go on a nice vacation, maybe two or three for the year, and try to schedule around the weekend if you can. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. You can get multiple trips out of that. You don't have to. Most people don't work on Saturday and Sunday, and you fly back and come back a decent time on Sunday, maybe early afternoon. You'll be ready for work come Monday morning. You can take 3, 4 trips a year. You don't gotta be gone for a month. I mean, but to each his own. I don't, knock anybody for doing it, but I'm just not doing it. I'd rather, take, 2, 3 trips a year, break it up a little, go to a couple different places, especially if you want to shoot content. And a lot of people want, content. Well, in the travel space, if I'm not talking about people that just want to go for vacation. Most people, when you're married with kids and work, you pretty much taking at least 2 vacations. One with the family, meaning the wife and kids, and one maybe with some friends and shit like that. But you know, you gotta have fun, man. Get out a little, have some fun. Even if you don't even gotta go far, you can go to like Florida. Florida, somewhere close. You don't have to be nowhere far. Expensive. But it's a lot of times you can go somewhere and it's not that expensive, man. And just to get out the country. If you don't got a passport, you need to get one. You know, just to get out, you need to get out. It's a difference when you go away and you fly and go to another country versus at home. How many times you gonna go to Florida? How many times you gonna go to Virginia Beach? How many times you gonna go to Cali? I don't knock all them places, but I don't see why people. I ain't shitting on where I'm from, but I don't see why people vacation and go to New York. People vacation like, yeah, I'm going to New York City, like Manhattan, like for what? There's nothing there but a bunch of fucking buildings and a bunch of people walking around. A lot of Chinese people with masks on and cameras taking pictures and everything. And there's nothing really I mean, I've been there so much, there's nothing really to see. You see people taking pictures of the train stations and the Empire State Building and Madison Square Garden. Like, you can see that shit online. I don't need to take pictures of that to, you know, let's see where I'm gonna go here. Shut up. You don't need to, you know, take pictures of all that shit, and well, if you're not from there and you're excited about it, yeah, do it. But I'm just not. I'd rather go somewhere. Puerto Rico is cool. You don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico. And make you feel like you're away is expensive. Or the shops and stuff like that, and the little resorts they have. But you don't need a passport for that. You can shoot there real quick, shoot back, and it's pretty nice. I mean, I went for my daughter's first birthday. Yeah, she didn't like it. She hated it, but it was pretty cool to shoot down there and do that. To Puerto Rico, we went walking and saw a couple monuments. They got the ships that come there now, like the boats that drop people off, and like the tour boats, like cruise ships. Yeah, cruise ships that come right there to port, and you get to see people getting on and off. It was pretty cool. They got like a military barracks there, and it was pretty reasonable. The prices was pretty reasonable when we went, but if you got a passport, don't go to Puerto Rico. You know, go somewhere else. The best place, I've been to DR about 12 times. DR, let's say Costa Rica, I've been there, I've been to Jaco. And I'm going to compare those countries because Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and I'm going to compare Mexico because those are all like Latin countries. The best one out of all three was Mexico. I know a lot of people go there, and a lot of people will be like, no, DR, the Sioux. The hospitality I got in Mexico was crazy. They, just the hospitality blew my mind. And I'm sitting there like, really? Like, why can't America be like this? Why can't they treat you this good? But Mexico is the best. The hospitality, the room service. Every day, dude knocked on my door and bought liquor. He like filled the refrigerator up with beer and I'm just like, yo, I drank one beer out the fridge and he like, how many you want? And I'm like, all right, give me three. I left all that stuff. They bring you uh vodka, whatever they give you bottles of all that stuff complimentary to your room. I had a little like a little pool outside my patio, personal. Every room that we had their own personal pool, and they had like three big swimming pools out, like huge, crazy swim up bars with like grottos, and it was on the beach. But the customer service blew my mind. It really blew my mind. I was really excited. I was really excited. So Mexico is like my number one out of all those places I've been. It was cool. You know, second, I would say DR. DR. It's not bad, but if you go to Mexico, I'm telling you, it just blow your mind. It just blow the way they treat you. It's not, DR don't treat you half as good as Mexico did for me. Anyway, that's just my experience. But it was cool. Take a shot. What you want me to take a shot of, Swells? Let's see. You don't even drink no hard liquor like that. Fireball. You want me to drink some Fireball? What about that? You ever saw this bottle, Swells? AU. The light came on outside. I don't know what was up. AU vodka. You ever saw that? This is something that you can't get in a liquor store. You'll see it like on the gram. They sell it, and you gotta order it, and it's some new shit. Like I got like 8 bottles of this shit, and whatever you pour is the color of the top. I got some chocolate. Damn, I picked that up. So this is black grape. I'll pour that shit. See the color of that? Or that other one? Or that top? I got you. And this is blue raspberry. I got like mad different kinds and mad colors. Oh, this is out. This is out. What's out? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got strawberry burst. That's better. I can see now. Strawberry burst and pink lemonade. See the pink lemonade? Where the camera at? Which one you want me to drink first? What did I get? Black grape and strawberry lemonade. Two different shots. Do 'em- Oh shit. See swells? You be drinking them White Claws. You ain't drinking this. You know what? My nigga swells. I fuck with swells. I fuck with swells. See? I'm gonna do this for swells. Y'all ready? Ain't nobody fucking with me like that. Both at the same time. You ain't 17 White Claws in. Mama Juana shot. Like we in fucking Sasua. Whew. That was a little. Yeah, he is wilding out a little bit. He is wilding out a little bit. He wilding out. He acting a little reckless. You know, you can't be that reckless. What else? What else? What else? You ever saw that? Shay, my boy bought me this. He was like, yo, you gotta try this. He came over here one day like, um, damn, that was a couple months ago he bought me this. Uh Fireball, I don't know. I got some Tito's back here. Some Grey Goose. I got some more shit in the other room. Yeah, a couple months. Take a shot of it, swells. You say yeah, I'm gonna open it and take a shot. If you say no, I drink some other shit that's open. I have another shot of Mamba Juana. Wait a minute. Um, oh, I put this bubble gum in here, and this ain't even open. Did I say I had? I think I got one of these open. I don't know. Um, the strawberry burst. It don't seem like there's a lot in here. Let's see if there's something in there. Yep, strawberry burst. Did I have this like that lemonade shit, right? Hold on. All right, that bottle done. Um, yeah, I had that lemonade shit. Let's try this. The big on a let's fuck it. It's not bad. That's a good yeah, I took more than 10 shots. No, I mean I did it for him for his fundraiser, you know. He we was doing shots for $25. Everybody that sent him $25, we took a shot. So I had to help him out and help him reach his goal. And we did it. He got his money, 2,500 in 3 days. 3 days of drinking set me back. I was like, but drink a black cherry Mike's hard lemonade? Hell no. Hell no. I ain't drinking no Mike's hard lemonade. Ugh. That's like fucking Boone's Farm or some shit. See, I'm not a beer drinker. Swell say he. Let me see how. What he say? He was. I don't know. 10. Well, no. What he had? He said he was how many shots in? He said he smacked already. 17 White Claws in. I don't know about that. I give him 4 or 5. You know. Yeah, ain't nobody else drinking that but you, K9. Yeah, Aurelio called Earl a couple times in the bathroom. Every time he left, he went to the bathroom to Earl. You know, every time. But I give Swells 4 or 5. White Claws for the day that he probably had, and I just can't drink a bunch of beers and shit. I'd rather have a couple shots. You get a couple shots and you tipsy already. Let's cut to the chase. I don't want fucking 10 beers on me. I'm drinking 10 beers to get tipsy and shit, and nah, I ain't trying to do that. Then you all pissing and you all, tired, and it's just that shit is too heavy on you. You have 10 shots now. You ready to, you good. You don't need all that beer and shit. You said how many you said before? Damn, I forgot that fast. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, you said 17. You on your 10th one? If you went to work today, you ain't on your 10th White Claw. They are small though. 11. Okay, I give you that. More like 8, but I give you that. If you say 11, 11, But yeah, that was harsh. I'm gonna have another. Since he said he had 11. Oh, you work from home? Oh, listen, listen, listen. That's even better. That's even better. So yeah, yeah, you are that many, and you be drinking White Claws while you working. Man, no, I ain't underestimating him. I ain't know he worked from home. I thought he actually left the crib. So if he worked from home, yeah, he probably is on his, because you sitting there sipping while you working. That's what's up. I'm have another shot for Swells. Ah, ah, whew. All right, that's it. That's it. I ain't. Ah, what's that? How many shots I had? Did anybody count those? 1, 2, 3. Probably like I don't even know. Damn, how I not know what I had? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know. Lost count. Keep going. Yeah, right. You try to have me call it out tomorrow. You got to give me a job too. If I get drink some more, you got to give me a job working from home and shit. And I want to be your supervisor too. So you ain't gonna be drinking and shit like that. Damn. Nah, I can't. I know people that drink when they drive in the truck and shit. You know, my boy, he got his fridge full of beer and shit. He's like, yo, crack some beers. And I'm like, what? Are you crazy? Like, that's the last thing I want to do right now. I need to watch the road for you. I'm telling you, he was cracking beers. We was coming back from Ohio. He was doing like 100 and something on the highway. And he was just taking the turns, doing 100. Yo, I was holding on for dear life, yo. I just don't like when people drive like that. He was flying. We was going downhill, and all you see is this turn coming up. And he just like maintaining his 110-mile-an-hour speed. And I'm just like, my man, you gonna take that turn like that? Like, are you crazy? And he took it like, well, you know, and I'm just like holding on. He was like, yo, I'm not gonna crash with us in here. And I'm just like, nigga, mistakes happen. I'm trying to get home. Like, yo, you gotta slow down. I know you've been driving for 34 years and all them stories and all that shit, but I don't need to be the one, that take your motherfucking last breath with. I ain't trying to do that. Everybody drove forever and it take that one accident. Usually the motherfucker driving be the nigga that survived and shit and tell a story all fucked up. Yeah, deer came out or I got cut off and I'm, like, nah, fuck that nigga. We both going at the same time. My last breath gonna be to choke your ass for driving crazy like that. Before fuck that. Yeah, he gotta take it easy. But that's when I was training and shit. I went to train. This dude, told me, yeah, train, da 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 da. I was like, all right. He's like, train for a day. And I get to this nigga he told me come to the yard, the train, and he was like, he gonna drive you around. I was like, all right. I rode him around for like 10 minutes. He's like, you drive. I started driving and shit. It was the stick shift. He was like, go pick up this load down the block. We go down the block to this warehouse, pick the load up. He was like, all right, drop it off. I'm like, all right. The dude, they was playing me. It was two Indian dudes. He was like, all right, get on the highway and go. And I'm like, all right. I get on the highway like an hour later. I'm like, yo, where you going? This nigga said Ohio. I was like, what? Like, yo, I can't go to Ohio today. Like, I told the wife I'll be back. You know what I mean? Like, and she think I'm going for a little interview or a little test drive, and she got me going to Ohio. He was like, well, you got to tell them then we can't turn around. Man, I drove that shit all the way to Ohio that night. I was mad as hell. 3 days later, I came back because we was going back and forth doing shit, and I was like, yo, 3 days, I got to go to the crib. I don't got shit. I'm buying shit on the road. He was like, you need some like startup money? I'm like, nah, I just need, my shit to, man, I got back home. I was like, that's it. I ain't working for this nigga. He was mad as hell. I was like, yo, I can't do it. He was like, what you gonna do? I was like, I'm gonna buy my own truck. He was like, you can't. I was like, I can. He was like, you ain't gonna be able to get no loads. You ain't gonna be able to do this. You ain't gonna be able to do that. You ain't gonna, listen, I did it. I did it. It wasn't the best when you starting out because those brokers don't want to fuck with you because you new. But after a couple runs, I got cool with him, talking to him, and I did my own thing. Like, fuck you, I ain't working for you. He wasn't, nah, I ain't doing it. All right, it's shot time. Swell said, drink again. I'm with Swells. I know he ain't cracking no beers, and she ain't cracking those White Claws. He over there bullshit. He's still on that same one he was talking about before. Shit. He ain't drinking like me. K9 at work. He ain't drinking. What's up, Conceited? You got a drink? You got a drink, Conceited? That what I have, that strawberry burst. That's oh, you quit drinking a few years ago? I know you got a story with that. Everybody that say they quit drinking, they stop because of a story, like something happened. Something crazy happened. And they just like, all right, I gotta cut this out. Okay, okay. I mean, whatever you like, my guy. You know. But who we at here? Whatever you like. You know what I mean? It's cool. I know. Oh, you quit. I bet you Swell's got a crazy story. I already know that. Oh, I bet. Because everybody wants you to drink, you know? Everybody wants you to drink. But see, when I go out, I do start drinking a lot. You know, not a lot, but I have more when I go out. You know, I kind of indulge a little bit, you know? Like at home, I'm just drinking because it's fun. I'm probably not going to drink no more because I got to go to work in the morning. And I don't want to be all slushy going to work. So, but a couple of shots. I don't even know how many I had. Let's say three, six, probably six. If it's a celebration, yeah. But when I go out, yeah, I have a couple of shots and I drink a beer. You know, I have a couple of shots in the beer. The beer calm everything down. But now I had to stop smoking. You know, it was bad. Like not bad. Like as far as smoking, you know, but I used to smoke in my truck, and I remember I got pulled over in New York. I went past the weigh station, and the cop came out and got me and shit. And he came to my truck, climbed up on the passenger side, looked at me like, "Do I had put the L out? If the weed smoke was strong?" He just gave me a warning for passing the weigh station. He was cool as hell. Like, "You got all your papers? Show me." And I showed him. He was cool. He didn't even fuck with me for the weed. This is a while ago. But after that, I had failed the drug test and shit. Because I thought when they said weed was legal, I was like, all right. So I went, you know, took a drug test. But this is from my own company. I'm like, all right, let me go. I should have got somebody else to go, like one of the employees, but I went myself. And failed that shit. Not, you know, I had to pay a fine. I had to go through counseling, talking to this lady like twice a week. Yeah, yeah, they are. It was up by like Brewster, New York. I don't know if you know where that's at. Like you go up 287 all the way to the Cuomo, come down and take I forget what it is. They take you over straight over into Connecticut and all that. It's like a little back way. Like 684 or some shit like that. But take you towards Brewster, towards Connecticut. And yeah, he was cool. He didn't care. I could tell he looked like, you know, because he smelled it, but he was cool. But it cost me a lot of money. Counselor and all that stupid shit and the fine and it was on my driving record and I didn't care, but because it was my company, you know. I mean, what can you do? I can't fire myself, you know. But I had to pay all of that shit. I just should have had one of the workers go and do it so that I ain't have to do it. But I was doing everything myself, you know. I was stupid. I was stupid on that. You know, I could give it to myself like, yo, you knew better. You should have just had somebody else go. But you know, when they said it was legal, I was like, oh, shit is legal. But when the lady told me, like, yeah, you failed your drug test, I'm like, so what? She's like, yeah, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, you could. We illegal. So not for CDL drivers. So, you know, I had to tell them, you know, like, hey, I went to this party. I was eating some food, and it was like infused food, and they had, you know, THC in it. I ain't know, and you know, that's how I slid through the cracks and not, you know, got my shit suspended and all that. But because they'll suspend your driving and shit too. When I first got it, like Yeah, they told me I couldn't drive, but I was still driving. I was crazy. I still did it, but it worked out. I didn't get caught, So, but I wish I could bring somebody up here so we could. But I ain't on StreamYard. But I'm gonna figure it out. Probably tomorrow I'll figure it out and I'll be able to go on StreamYard. I did it last time from the same computer, but I couldn't get it today. But I could get it on the phone, which is the crazy thing. And I ain't want to have to, I like sitting in my office and doing it this way versus the phone. So I just figured, fuck it, I'll figure it out. And let's see. So here. Hurt a little motion. Nah, I don't need no consultation recorded for StreamYard. I got it. I did it last time. I just I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't have time. I didn't I had like a minute before I went live, even though I was a couple minutes late. But next time I'll give myself like 10 minutes to mess around with it and I'll get it. I like to do shit myself and not have to ask nobody. And it just work out better like that. That's how you learn. I can't learn by somebody telling me. Because afterwards, you don't know what they told you. You just going off of them walking you through it. So I'd rather do it myself. But I see some lights and shit outside. I got my camera right here. Y'all probably can't see it. And shit nobody be coming. So it'll let me know. You're gonna hear some dogs barking and shit before they get close. Now they drove away down the street. My next trip, I'm gonna go to I don't even know to be honest with you, but I gotta go somewhere soon in like 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna book a trip. I was supposed to go to CTG. I was supposed to be there like right now. I was gonna go get my teeth done, and but that was in Cali. I was gonna go to Cali and then shoot over to either CTG or Medi, and ran into a little roadblock. I got some issues, and I just figured I'll hold back. Nah, nah. I'm not going to the online nation meetup and so nah. But ran into some issues, not like financial issues, some other issues that I got to make sure is straight before I do anything. That's just how I roll with shit. Some shit come up, I gotta push everything back. But I'm gonna check out something in like the next 2 or 3 weeks. I got a couple people that travel with me all the time, and they on my back about going. So I'm gonna figure out when we gonna go. A little short trip, maybe 4 days or something. It can't be to the zoo though. I'm like sued out. And people start looking at you funny when you go to the zoo too much. Not like people, travelers or the travel space, but family and friends. Like, damn, why you always going there? What's up? But I want to explore some new place. But nah, I'm not going to the online nation meetup in the zoo. Nah, I like to do shit on my own. I don't want to go nowhere because other people going. You know, I rather do my own thing and have my own fun. Memorial Day. Memorial Day is coming up, right? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, listen, I've been there like 12 times, my nigga. I got a bottle that say like 2013 or something like that. I'm gonna go get that shit just to show you. I'll be right back. Okay. See, 2013, I'm on the quad in Puerto Plata, and I was going there way before this bottle, way before that bottle. But yeah, I ain't never crack it. I just said, hold on to it. I almost broke that shit. But let me see. For the coast, Conceited. Have you ever been anywhere, Conceited? I never hear anybody say, yeah, Conceited was out in somewhere, or do you travel? Or and where you have you been? If you've been somewhere, I never say anybody say they bumped into you or nothing like that. But I'm gonna figure something out in the next week or two where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna pop out and go somewhere and have some fun. I just got to see what everybody where they want to go and what they want to do, and hit my boys up, and even if it's just one of them, because you know how the game work. You hit five of them up, all five say, yeah, yeah, we in there, we going, and next you know it's you and one other motherfucker, because everybody bullshitting. You said you and CTG in Cali in June. Where have you been before this? Not where you going. Where have you been? Have you been out of the country before this? Is what I asked you. I don't know if you was in here. Let's see. You look like a thief in the night. But like I said, Mexico is the best place I've been to because just the hospitality, alone. They they take care of you out there. They really do. I liked it a lot. You know, I mean, I would tell a story, but I can't. I can't tell it. I have to tell it on like K9 or somebody else platform because I never know who gonna listen to this. But I can't. I gotta be a good boy. Not you get what I'm saying. But I got a couple stories I could tell like Biggie and shit. Bring an L. I got a story to tell. But nothing bad and crazy. Just anyway. Since we got that out the way, yeah, yeah, you in the crib, but this is my page, so I can't even. Okay, damn, that was a long time, my guy. You gotta go somewhere. You ain't go to none of these Sue Halloweens when everybody going to the Sue. Just don't tell them your name. So now you can tell me your name and shit. We got to get you and Carter in the zoo for Halloween if y'all want to go. Or, where you say you going, Swell? Let me think. Halloween, you say you're going to be in Thailand. I can't do that. I can't do Thailand. That plane ride. Mm-mm. I got to figure out another way to travel. I can't. That's too much. That ride alone is too much for me. I can't do it. It'd be nice to be there, to see what's going on, but yeah, it is. It is. That's just too crazy. Okay. Yeah, Cali is cool. Like I said, I was going to get my teeth. I set the appointment up with the lady. I had everything, and I hit a little roadblock, and I was like, all right, let me chill out and not book that trip. I'm glad I ain't booked my flight and shit, or I would have went. But I haven't been to DR in over 15 years. Okay, but make it out to Cali. I just need to get my teeth done and shit. Something I wanted to do, my little bucket list, and make that happen and jump over to the flight from there to like Medi was like $60 or something like that, And I said I was gonna do a couple days out there, have a little fun, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I don't know where my. You say you ain't a real traveler. You stay in resorts. Listen, when I went out to the zoo the first couple of times, I used to stay in the all inclusive spots. But you just can't have that much fun there. It's just, I rent villas now and quads and a car just to, just in case it rains. And it's nothing like having your own villa. Number one, you get your own pool. You never know what time of the night or what you're doing, and you may want to jump in it. Them all inclusive spots, the pool closed at a certain time. Then once you get in them, the beach is funny. You can't, have fun. And I like having my own crib. You can have somebody come cook for you. You cook, go to the store, and get, shit you want. Yeah, but you can get a crib and do the same thing. You go to the store and buy the shit that you could buy at home. I know make little decisions as possible, but I mean, you go to the all inclusive resort, it's times that you're gonna be outside and you're gonna spend money on food and shit anyway. That's what the all inclusive is good for. You ain't paying for food and liquor, but you ain't gonna want to drink there. That shit is like watered down. Nah, you said sleepwalker always lit a cigarette. Don't do that. They gonna have to land that plane and try to get you off and bring you up on charges and shit. But I've hit the pen that I smoke. I hit that shit under like the seat. I've been down and blew the smoke under there and shit. You know, you could sneak that. You can sneak that. But you don't need those. You don't need that type of drama. You know. But yeah, that's what the all inclusive is. It's mostly for like food and liquor. And there's times you're gonna go out and spend money on food and shit anyway. So yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying that's what the all inclusives are for. Like you go away, that's why people want it. So they don't gotta buy liquor, they don't gotta buy food. But I'd rather get a bottle from duty free on the way in so you can drink and have shit in the crib to give to other people. As far as food, you could go to the store and cook some shit up. And, most of the houses give you a grill so you could grill and, get somebody to come in and cook. I mean, I got somebody to come in and cook. It was like six of us. We had an 8 bedroom, 9 bathroom, and Ocean Village. And I got somebody to come in and cook for us. She, cooked on the grill. She cooked inside. One day she made a fucking, we ain't pay her much, I mean, she said what she wanted. She got a little extra, but it wasn't much, for her to cook that big spread. And everybody ate. And we had food for like the next day, you know. But see, you ain't going, if you go to all, you know what? It's an all inclusive in Sosua, um, Reef. I forgot the name of it, but it's right there down the street from Bailey's. Casa Marina Reef. And I stayed there before. And but you go outside and you just you can't get back on the property. So you wind up going somewhere and you out all day and it's just not cool. I mean, listen, if you like it, do what you gotta do, but I didn't like it like that. Enough for me to be like, oh, I'm coming back to this all inclusive. I'd rather have my own crib because I may want to jump in the pool at midnight, or any time of the day. I just like privacy. I like privacy. I want to be able to drink when I want to drink, make some drinks, and just do what I want to do. And it's fun when you have other people with you, because we had like a upstairs, downstairs crib. One of the cribs I had, Rello came one night and he showed the crib. It was like one, two, three, maybe 5 or 6 bedrooms. That's this a different crib from the 8 bedroom spot. But just to have people, I was downstairs and somebody coming downstairs, I'm like, yo, what up? Just to, when you have people like that, you don't want to have to go to their rooms and they're across the way and everybody split up. It's good to be in one crib. You got all the quads outside. You can hear somebody pull up. It's just fun. Everybody cop a bottle or two from duty free. Mad liquor, mad experiences. People talking, telling what they did. Sandal resorts. I get it. But like I said, the villas work for me, especially in the city. You know, it depends. I don't want to be. I ain't gonna shit on nobody, but I stay where I stay. In the city. I ain't staying by the strip. Wherever I stay, you gotta either ride a quad or have a rental car to get to, because you ain't gonna be able to, take that walk. I don't want to be over there. I need to be, Ocean Village, Casa Linda, or the crib Icenham had was crazy, and Hispaniola is nothing but like mansions in there. That shit was bananas. That was my first time in there. Ice hit me up like, yo, come pick me up. And I was like, all right, I got you. And I went, checked them out, went in there, and I'm just looking around. It was like Fresh Prince of Bel Air crib. You riding in all these mansions. I'm like, yo, why the fuck haven't I been over here before and staying here? But I think that's the next place I'm going, in one of those spots. But I stayed in houses that had 6 bedrooms and there was like two of us, just because I like space. The more bedrooms, the more, space you get. And I need the space. If it fit my budget, I'm getting it. I don't care if it got 6 bedrooms. I remember I had 2 bedrooms for myself, but, I just like space. I just can't be cramped and crowded. I need that. I need that word. But, when you need that space, you start staying in places that, you usually don't stay in, like those resorts. The rooms be, I mean, you can get a nice room and all that, but they charge you for the food, the liquor, the resort fee, and all that other shit. And it's like, for that, and it depends who you with. You might as well just rent something. And if you go to the zoo, you ain't going to know all, like I said, Casa Marina Reef is the only one in the zoo that's all inclusive. So if you don't stay there, you're going to be in like Puerto Plata or Cabarete. Because Cabarete got an all inclusive. I stayed in one time too. But Puerto Plata, that's far as hell, my guy. You're about 45 minutes out. You know, and the taxi is like $35 or something like that, and it's a distance. You're gonna want to stay in town, and that's when you stay in like Bailey's or one of them other ones, and yeah, like I said, the villas is lit. Is lit. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, it's the same amount of money. Yep, it's the same amount of money. You paying for that all inclusive. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Trust me. You do that, and then you at the all inclusive, and you chilling there, and somebody say, "Yo, come to my villa." Now you getting a taxi because that all inclusive right there in Sasua. You ain't getting no car because it's walking distance. Now you in a taxi going to his villa, and you at the villa like, "Yo, y'all got a pool and a jacuzzi and upstairs, downstairs, all this glass, all these." You just like, "Yo, I wish I was here." Because that all inclusive is whack as hell. Them dry ass rooms, and they all tight, and nah, trust me. The experience, once you do it, you ain't gonna wanna do that shit no more. Been there, did it, got the t-shirt. And that shit was whack. It's that other cup. It was bothering me. Couldn't leave that there. But yeah, man. I've been on like an hour. I think I'm gonna get off this live. It was fun getting on. This is my second live I ever did. I figure I want to do like one or two a week, just to get my feet wet, and start going live more, just to build up my profile and all that. I dropped some videos. Y'all check my videos out. I got some shorts out there I put out. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. I put a lot of videos out. Um, just some footage I had on my phone. I'm gonna put like 5 out a week just to see what they do. A couple of videos got like one of them got like 1,200 views. One got like 1,000. Another one got like 500 and something. You know, and yeah, I think I put them out yesterday. As a matter of fact, if you ain't see them, if you think you saw them, it's probably some different ones. I just dropped them. I just dropped them. I think it was yesterday. I put a lot of them out, but yeah, I'm gonna keep dropping them. I'm gonna keep. I got a whole bunch of shit. I got 3 phones full of shit that I'm just taking my time putting them out. But like I said, I'm gonna do like 5 a week and just see what they do. If they don't do good, it's some that people ain't look at. It's some people looked at, 300, 500, 700, 1,000. Eventually somebody will look at them and like them, but it's just shit I got, that I'm gonna put out. Like I said, I don't got a lot of followers yet. I don't know why. I should have been. I had this channel since 2009. 2009, and I just never got it rolling. I was just slow rolling, working on other shit, you know, concentrating on the Rello channel, and I used to be over there heavy, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I start my own shit? And I can get on there and talk some shit instead of being on other niggas' panel. Even if I don't go live a lot, and I don't have. I'm not trying to get 600,000 subscribers, I mean, I hit niggas up in my phone and shit, and I don't have people from like the YouTube space like that. Like you never see me promote my shit on Rello platform, even though I could, because I could be like, yo, like promote my shit on your shit, and I'm not saying I'm a Debo one, but CCG clip. Did I see that? If not, I'm gonna check it out as soon as I get off this live. You said Jerry Jones. Me and Jerry Jones just got a. I'm listen. I don't got a problem with him. I know. See, you got to realize though, Conceited, Rello is not like that for you to be dropping your channel in his chat. Like, you know, I'm surprised I'm a mod. You know what I mean? He just trusts me because we talk all the time. Like Rello call me like every day, 2-3 times a day to go over shit. I tell him, my feelings about shit, what not to do, what to do. I mean, to be honest with you, he don't listen all the time. Sometimes he do listen, but I can't just drop shit in his chat. Like, he don't even want me like blocking people and shit. And I told him I wouldn't. I could time niggas out. If they piss me off, I could block them. But he don't like people getting blocked. He don't like people getting timed out. He don't like I can remove comments and shit like that, but you know, White he's like a one man show, He don't I know, I get it. You ain't the first person that told me that, like, yo, you should be spamming your shit in there. Like you should be, like I know you don't even know the half of it. You can't even you saying that from looking in on the outside. If you knew, like, you'll be like, yo, ain't no way this nigga got the subs he got. He should have hundreds of them. But like I said, I grew my channel by like word of mouth from friends and shit. I got like 60 something subscribers. I hit niggas up like, yo, like my personal friends, yo, subscribe to my channel, da 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 da, and that's how I did it. I didn't use like the YouTube. K9 helped me out. K9, he will plug my shit. But you know, as far as Rello, I mean, I'll talk to him. I'll see what he say. Right now he on his trip, so I don't want to bombard him with that. So maybe when he get back or some shit, he do a live. I'll spam the chat with my page and shit. But to be honest with you, you know what you get from Rello page? You get a bunch of fucking. I don't even know if I want that. I'm happy with the. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. When I had like when Carter and K9 was talking about my channel, they like, yo, Rock, you got to grow your channel. And I'm like, all right. There's like, how many subscribers you got? I said like 8, and they was like 8. And I'm like, yeah, I had it since 2009. I know about like 3 of them. I don't know where the other motherfuckers came from, the other 5. And these niggas told me I had 5 bots and shit. Like, yo, you probably got bots. I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna get 5 bots? If I had 5 bots, that would be 500 or 5,000. But it was funny. I found that humorous when they told me that and shit. It was, I was cracking up. But like I said, I grew it like that. But when he come back, I'll talk to him and see if I can grow it, enough to get monetized and so I can, be a bigger YouTuber. Not that I'm never if I get monetized, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna follow the path of other people. Like I take my own trips and I never want like subs to pay for my trips. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'm never doing like a fundraiser. Just because I never did it in the past and I don't have to do it, I just feel like if you work hard at certain shit you do and make a good living for yourself and you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't and if you do it to do, to take a trip or 2 or 3, work on yourself, so you don't have to keep relying on that. Like I would never do a whole bunch of trips with like donations and sub money because it's like you're not really you're going on vacation, but it's not like, I don't know. I just wouldn't feel like it's a real vacation because I got to go work, So since I, never had to do it before and I'm still in the same situation, I don't want to do it in the future. I mean, I hopefully I get it, but I don't want to have to, I don't want to have to do that. Yeah, they told me I had like, they like you got 8 people, 8 subs, and I'm like, yeah. They like, oh, it must be if you know about 3 of them, you must got some bots. I was cracking the fuck up. Like, I don't know who they are. The last time I went live, the first person in there was some dude from like, I forget where he said he was from, like Russia or some shit. And I was just like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you find me? Like, and he was cool as hell in the chat. But um, again, as far as like donations and shit, I don't think I'm go that route. I'd rather take my own trip so I can do what I want to do. Listen, shoot me some bots, Wells, if you got some laying over somewhere. I don't even know how to do it. Shoot me a couple. I don't need much. Give me like 400,000 if you got them. Extra shit. You know, but and I don't know how niggas be what they say, the beam, put the beam on your numbers and shit and all that. That's what people experience. I ain't experienced like that. So yeah, you do. You don't know nothing about the bot work. Listen, I get it. Some people do, some people don't. I mean, listen, if it help you get monetized and shit, do it. If you could, that's hustling backwards. Yeah, I get it. Like I said, my goal is to go live like once or twice in a week, until I big up, everybody and build up, and get comfortable with having a lot of people in there and knowing how to work everything and do everything I got to do, and then it'll be a little different. Uh, he's, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm happy this is my second live. I was pushing Carter to go live when he first started out. I'm like, yo, you got to go live. Why you don't go live? You got a page and you got to do this. Yeah. Talk shit and show hoes. I mean, I can't show no hoes on here. I can't. I just can't. I'm gonna have to come stay, with you, Swells. I'm gonna be up there, not in your crib, but I'm gonna have to stay in my crib up there, And I'm getting heat right now because I ain't up there, That's what the family. I'm nobody in my house right now. Everybody up there, you know. And they're like, yeah, we going to the gun range. We going to there. We going to Sunset Hill. We going, the soul food spot. We going, every day I'm talking to them. That's where the family at. The wife and kids, the in-laws, the sister-in-law, her kids, everybody up there having a good time. It's like the second time they went in like a month. I don't know what, maybe a slow season or something. The crib ain't renting like that, so they taking advantage. Yeah. So I'm sure I'm gonna get watched, so I can't even be wilding out, fucking around. Not that I want to do that, but you know, anyway. But I don't even want to be wilding out like that until I grow the channel, and then I start doing crazy shit and all that. But I'm trying to keep the peace, for a while anyway. Yeah, I listen, I get it, I get it. Yeah. Listen, they listen. They mad at me because she like, were you coming up on Friday? And I'm like, nah. Yeah, I enjoy. Let some shit break. Call me. I go up there and fix it. But I used to go all the time. I used to go up there like all the time. But I just don't be. I don't be feeling it no more. I just I rather if I'm gonna go for some days, I need to get on a plane. My days of doing local shit is over. You know. Plus, you've been there once, you've been there twice, you've been there a million times. It's just the same shit. Like but except for the Sioux. You know, the Sioux is like home base. I can go there all the time and have a good time. But like I said, the next vacation, it's like a favorite four, favorite five, but I'm trying to go somewhere different. You know, and I think Medi is the spot. But everybody, I'm hearing mixed signals about it. Everybody's saying it's expensive, and I like the three people that just was found dead in three different hotels on the same day was a little spooky a couple days ago. Two girls and a guy, two Americans, one Dominican girl, three different locations. That's a little spooky. And one day they found three bodies in separate hotels at that. One of the dude was decomposing because he had been there a couple days or something. Like that's a little spooky in one day. But Medi got that track record. It's been like that for a while. You know, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. My oldest is 17, and she just started driving. I bought her a Lexus. Her Lexus sitting outside because again you know um, on vacay, and she going to college. And we went to the college and all that other shit. But she don't she's a teen, so she don't give a shit if I'm going somewhere or not. She in her room on the phone. I got a 9 year old. She's on the phone and shit. She ain't paying me no mind. But it's fun to go on vacay with them. But if I go, I like to go new places to have fun and not places we've been before and shit like that. I like to take them away. I talk about the Sioux so much. My older daughter, like, when you taking me to Dominican Republic with you? And I'm like, all right, because then I have to stay in the all inclusive because they need that. They'll be bored in the house. All inclusive's got entertainment and shit at night. They're gonna need that. They ain't gonna want to be oh, see, swells get this nigga swells get you in trouble. But I'm fucking with you, swells. Oh, this is my last shot. This is my last shot. You open a new White Claw. That's the same one. I ain't hear no can pops. Like that. It's my last one. I got to get up at 3:45. 3:45. I know, right? Don't fall off his bait. This is my last one though. I ain't listening to him no more. Cause he had me slumped over and shit. I know he'll have me slumped over because nobody could tell me how many shots I took. I don't even know. I should have been writing them down, right? I'm gonna tell you, if I got 3 cups over there, I had I ain't drink out of the one. That's the one that fell 3-6. I had about 9 shots, I think. Yeah, 9 shots. Yeah, that's what I was about to say about 9 shots. That's it. 9 shots is a pretty penny. Should I just do 10 for the? Nah, see, I bet you was gonna say, yeah, do it, make the number even. Nah, this ain't Rello live. I like to make the numbers even on his live, but that's it. Might as well make it 10. What is it? 9 o'clock? Fuck it. I'm fucking with 12. See, this nigga is peer pressure like a motherfucker. Man, this is it. 10 is my limit. Damn. Fucking with. Damn. Damn. No, we ain't lit. I'm lit. I don't mean that type of lit either. I'm gonna be fucking falling up the stairs in a minute. Oh, he said it looked like fun. Yeah. They say your kids are you. All your kids got a little of you in them. All shit, K9 said, right? That's it. 10 shots. Yeah, 10. That's it. That's it. Broke a sweat. Nah, I ain't. Fresh baldy too. Nah, I ain't. I need more than that. 10 more and I'm gonna start, like, oh shit. But I can't get like that. I gotta like I said, I gotta go to work. But I have people over. That's why I got liquor. If y'all saw this, I got like more than this in that other room over there, and I got a full bar in my man cave with a pool table and shit out in the back. And I get it so that when people come over, they don't have to bring liquor and they get to drink. And we play like card games and shit like that, and we bug out and shit. Like once a month, I have a bunch of people over, and we be chilling. Yeah, right. And I just like the fact that I could do that. I could have people come. When I was younger, like I grew up in Newark. You know what I mean? I ain't have shit. Like I'm telling you, we had to take roaches out our cereal to eat and shit. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it 100. I know I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, but like that's how I grew up. And I was like, yo, when I get a house, I wanna, have a pool and this and that and a trampoline for my kids. And now I got a fucking hot tub out there that fit like 10 or 12 people and all types of the pool, the trampoline, the this, the that. And it feel good to be able to, entertain people. Yeah, 6 hours. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, that's 6 hours I need to sleep because I got to work for 12 hours tomorrow. But it feel good to be able to entertain and, have people come over and everything is here already as far as liquor. Like if I go to the liquor store, I go there and I get like 10 bottles, of just different shit and just have it. And, you know, just so, people don't have to go nowhere. We got a beverage refrigerator in there. And I can't show you because the camera is let me see. Let me see if I got a picture. Let's see if y'all can see this. Let's see. Is it kind of the sun glare? But that's like a glass fridge full of like beverages. That's my kitchen. That's on the other side. I can't answer text messages, but I got all that shit in there, just to entertain people, and it feels good to be able to do that. Because I remember when I ain't had $10 to my name. But should be on fire. Nah, I'm feeling sober. I feel like I had like 2 shots. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I feel like I had like 2 shots. I'm not phased at all. But it's my weight. If I was a bony nigga, I'd be fucking throwing up like Rello and shit by now. But yeah, I'm not phased at all by the drinking and shit. I'm not but I don't want to get carried away and shit where I got a hangover in the morning and I'm feeling all crazy and sluggish. So I'm chill with it. I ain't gonna let swells you know influence me to crash out and shit. But yeah, man. So I've been on like an hour and a half. Ah, what up, Matt? Matt in the building. I got Matt in here, Swells in here, Conceited in here, Kayon in here. These are people that my man Matt, I see him every day. I ain't even he said something to me. You know what? He did text me a second ago. Yes, it's live right. You know it's live if I just said your name, Matt. Yeah, it is live. Do a headstand? You say you crazy, K9? You said a headstand. I'm not that drunk. I had a couple shots, but I'm not that drunk. Now, if I was drinking this Hennessy back here, or this shit right here, I would be drunk, but the shit I had was just a little bit. I'm not tipsy. Oh yeah, you do. You do gotta download it to get in the chat, man. Yeah, but now you download it, you in there automatically. If I was on StreamYard, I'd be able to bring you up and you'll be able to, do other shit. But I can't I'm not in StreamYard right now. Let me hook my man Matt up. You see. There you go, Matt. But yeah, man. Again, thank everybody for stopping by, checking me out. My second live I ever did. I feel like it's like number 400 because of the time I've been on YouTube, on other people platforms and channels and, helping them build and all that other shit. So I feel like a vet, but not with my own, but with other people's and giving advice and helping out and all that other shit. And, you know, but it's time to build my own now. You gotta, branch off and do your own shit. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not saying I'm taking away from being on the other platforms, but I gotta devote my time into my own shit. Everybody get it. Everybody got their own page and trying to build shit up, and that's what I gotta do. I gotta have my own voice, It's certain stuff I want to say sometimes, and I can't say it on other people's platforms. Certain topics and certain time you want to go live, you can't do it on other people's stuff. So I decided, to like I said, I had this page since 2009. So I decided to, just build my platform up and start with my own shit. And yeah, exactly. I got to build it up so it can take off. I done raised on the Rello channel. what, like $10,000 this year alone helped them raise, and last year probably another fucking $30,000 or more, helping them raise it, and I'm not taking away from it, not dissing them or nothing like that, but I put a lot of time and hours into Rello page that I could have put into my own. Not saying I'm not go on his channel anymore, because I still am. I fuck with him like that, but I just need to build my own. Everybody get it, I'm not dissing him or not. Nah. Used to be on ice shit a lot too. Not saying I'm not gonna be on ice shit. I am, but I just gotta, spend a little time on my own shit. We want to see a live from you, Swells, if you're still in the building. I need you to go live, Swells. I miss Saturdays and shit when you went live. Was that Saturday or Sunday? We want to see a live, Swells. Swells think he on vacation and shit, We know you live in a vacation spot, but you're not on vacation, Swells. You're not. I'm going to have to talk to Bipolar about you. Because, but at the end of the day, we want to see that. So go live this weekend. We all going to be in there, yeah, you go on streaks. Listen, I get it, because when you go live, y'all be on there for like all day, like 8 hours strong. Listen, I swear to God, tonight I was like, yo, nah, I ain't have 10 shots. I had Mama Juana, I had some of this AU. I had like a couple of different AUs, but yeah, I took about 10 shots, and it's not affecting me. Okay, you do like, okay, but you know that you got that 5 months got to turn into like 2 or 3. But I was like, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live for like 30 minutes tonight. Then I was like, hey, if it, I just didn't, when you starting out, you don't think you can have shit to talk about, and it's been like an hour and a half, going on like an hour 40 minutes, and I thought, 30 minutes is way more than enough. You're gonna have to write some shit down, or but once you start talking and shit, it come to you. But I wanted to start going live more, and I got a lot of shit to discuss, and I want to talk about the travel industry and what's going on in the in the travel community, and trucking and shit like that, because that's what I do. That's what I started off talking about tonight. And my experience, with a whole bunch of shit. I want to teach people. Yeah, they do. The chat do it. I want to teach people how to buy cars. I sold cars for 13 years. I actually ran the dealership in Jersey, and teach people about finance and how to buy the right car and how to get good finance, and then how to get a good deal on a car, and get the most for their bang for their buck, especially when you trade in a car versus buying one. There's certain things you do to make sure you making the right decision and getting the right price on shit like that, because I did it for so long, and I'm the best person to talk to. I could bring some of my car buddies up here, and they could tell you. See, they ain't gonna be able to tell you what to do to get the right deal. They're gonna tell you, come buy from me, but I'm gonna be the one like, nah, you need to, let me talk to you and tell you what to do. I'm not doing consultations and shit. I'll tell you exactly how it is and what to do to get a good deal. So yeah, but I did F&I, well, that's finance. I actually ran the store. I worked the desk. It was a point in time they let a lot of people go, and I ran the store for a while. So from sales to leasing to management to finance, if I sold a car, they'll have me do my own finance paperwork. I was the guy that you just dealt with the whole way through because I knew how to do everything and I knew how to run the building. When the managers left and shit, I took over and ran the store, you know, so I can show you and tell you a lot of inside shit to get good deals and you know how to get thousands, not thousands, but you know a couple grand taken off and what to do to buy the right car and the right purchase and shit and what cars to stay away from and what to do and how to get the right financing and interest rates and warranties and shit like that because I did it for so long. You know, I'm gonna tell you the shit the dealerships don't want you to know. Oh yeah, yeah. I ran into a couple people on the George Washington Bridge begging for change and shit today when I was coming back from Connecticut. They'd be out there. No, no, I mean, I used to think, you know, on the bridge they made a lot of money, but everybody was riding by them, especially me, because it was traffic, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me! Don't get in front of this truck. You know, not to be a beaten guy, but I just wasn't in the mood for that shit. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I was, you know, it's just like get out of here. I don't have no change in here. What, you know? But you know, you got some food, give them some. You got some extra dollars and shit, give them some. I had like 20s. I wasn't giving a 20 up to no fucking bum on the George Washington Bridge. You know, I'd rather put another 20 to it and fill my tank up or some shit. You know, I don't know, but like I said, I've been on here hour 40 something minutes. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, holding down the chat. Hit the like button on the way out. Is that little thumb right there? And until next time, we're gonna do this again, man. Maybe another time this week or the weekend. Depends on how shit go. And like I said, I want to get used to it and doing. Matt, my boy Matt, y'all see him in the chat. He the one that helped me with my thumbnail with the truck and the plane and shit. You know, he good at shit like that. I can say, yo, can you do this? And a couple minutes later, he got it. You know, I'm not that computer savvy. I draw like stickmen and shit. And you know, he good at it. Again, shout out to Matt, shout out to Swell, shout out to Conceited, shout out to K9 and all the people I saw come in and out, you know. But I'm gonna holla at y'all and have a good one. It's been good, a good live. You know, like I said, I'm learning. You know, I'm learning the buttons. I got you. I'm gonna let you know, and I want to get better and better at it. And I think I will going live more and more. And again, I'll see y'all, you know, next time. And thank everybody for stopping by. I'm out.